Mr. Andrade, if you can please rise with your attorneys. And dispensing with the caption, the verdict reads, with regard to count number 1, with regard to first-degree murder, we, the jury, find the defendant, Alan Andrade, guilty of first-degree murder. The heat of passion interrogatory is correctly not filled out based on the verdict. With regard to count number 2, bias-motivated crime, dispensing with the caption, the verdict reads as follows. We, the jury, find the defendant, Alan Andrade, guilty of bias-motivated crime. With regard to count number 3, dispensing with the caption, the verdict reads as follows. With regard to aggravated motor vehicle theft in the first degree, we, the jury, find the defendant, Alan Andrade, guilty of aggravated motor vehicle theft in the first degree. And with regard to count number 4, dispensing with the caption regarding identity theft, we, the jury, find the defendant, Alan Andrade, guilty of identity theft.
What he did was particularly appalling. He is currently in jail for killing 18-year-old Angie Zapata, and I think this happened back in 2008, so yeah, let's get into it. First off, I want to offer my deepest condolences to Angie's family, friends, anybody that knew her. She is definitely a beautiful young lady, and I'm sure there's not a day that goes by that y'all don't miss her, so I'm truly, truly sorry. And I remember hearing something about this around the time that it happened. Maybe it was between then and now, I don't know, but I do remember hearing something about this. I remember the name specifically, and it's just it's a heartbreaking case. I didn't really know any of the details until the other day when I started researching for this video, and it's just it brought me to tears. So anyways, I am going to read a little bit about Angie from her Wikipedia page, and yeah, so let's do it. Zapata was born on August the 5th, 1989 in Brighton, Colorado. From an early age, Zapata was feminine and expressed an attraction to boys. Guilty. In middle school, Zapata disclosed her female gender identity to family and close friends. She adopted the name Angie when amongst family while presenting as a male in public. Okay. At the age of 16, she began living full-time as a woman, so in other words, this is the point when she decided to just go ahead and embrace her womanhood. And good. I say good for her. Anyways, Zapata had 3 sisters and an older brother, Gonzalo. Her family was supportive, although her mother worried for her safety. Oh, that's just chilling to read that last line there. But, I mean, it's heartbreaking. It's so wonderful, though, that she has support from her family. I mean, that makes it so much easier when you have support of some kind. So, what exactly happened to this beautiful young transgender woman? Teenager, really. Still a baby. 18 years old. Anyways. This is the part that I dread. I'm trying to, still my nerves for this. I'm trying to prepare myself because if y'all seen any of my stuff, y'all know me, and this kind of stuff, I can't do it. But anyways, so I'm already starting. Alright guys, you're gonna have to bear with me. We're gonna talk about her murder. And there's your warning. If you don't want to hear about it, I don't blame you. Go watch something else. I do not blame you at all. Angie Zapata was 18 when she met Alan Andrade. He was age 31 at the time. Stand-up guy, huh? Okay, they met through the mobile phone social network MocoSpace. Oh, God. Anybody remember MocoSpace? I do. According to Andrade, the two met on July 15, 2008, and spent nearly 3 days together. I also read somewhere else that It was only one night that they spent together, so whatever. Anyway, they spent some time together. Okay, during which Zapata performed oral sex on Andrade, but refused to let him touch her because of, of what is between her legs. Andrade suspected that Angie was transgender after seeing photographs of her, and confirmed she was transgender after grabbing her genitals and confronting her, to which she said, "I am all woman." I have said that exact thing before, Angie. You are all woman, sister. This is hard for me to read. So, he subsequently began beating her, first with his fist, and then with a fire extinguisher until she was dead. Angie attempted to sit up and gurgled, but Andrade hit her on the head again to make sure that she was dead. In the arrest affidavit, Andrade said that he thought he had, quote, killed it before leaving in its car with the murder weapon and other incriminating evidence. Pussy. You fucking coward. Okay, so Mr. Coward was arrested near his residence driving Angie's car. The possibility of prosecuting the case as a hate crime was pressed by Zapata's family. The actual trial began on April the 16th, 2009. During the trial, the jury heard jailhouse conversations in which Andrade told a girlfriend that, quote, gay things must die. You, sir, must die. Part of Andrade's confession was deemed inadmissible as police had ignored his attempt to invoke his right to remain silent. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I mean, in other words, he was trying to not say anything and they forced him to? Okay. Whatever, Mr. Coward. Monster. On April the 22nd, 2009, Mr. Coward was found guilty of first-degree murder, hate crimes, aggravated motor vehicle theft, and identity theft. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Too good for him. Such a light sentence for such a horrible person. As Mr. Coward had 6 prior felony convictions, the judge dubbed him a habitual criminal at his May 8, 2009 sentencing trial for the hate crime and theft convictions. This added an additional 60 years to his sentence. Okay, that's a start. As of October 2015, Mr. Coward is serving his time at Lyman Correctional Facility, and he is going to be getting a letter from me here in the next couple of weeks. Whether they give it to him or not, I don't know. But this guy's getting a letter from me. Anyway, so I'm going to take a quick break. Of course, it'll be instantaneous for you, but I got to cut for a minute. And then we're going to talk about kind of the aftermath and what happens after, her passing and the effect that it had on everybody. And from what I remember, this was one of the bigger, more well-known senseless killing of somebody just for being transgender. Basically, what it, in most of these cases, from what I've read, some horny ass dude, gets with a girl and then realizes that she's transgender and kills her.
Angie's body was found in her apartment. Greeley police say they found a lot of evidence there, but of course won't say what. Detectives have not named a specific suspect, but say they're getting closer.
Now, before some of y'all start coming for me in the comments, there is another aspect of this case, and that is, was Angie deceiving Alan? You know, chances are pretty high that she was deceiving him and not disclosing her transgenderness to him. If you think that she deserved to be murdered for deceiving him, then you're nuttier than I am. For real. His defense was basically when he found out that she had a penis, he lost control. Then what happened. And it's not his fault because she deceived him. No, I don't think it's right to deceive men. I don't do it myself, never have. And I don't think it's right. Now, do we know that he didn't know? Or is he just saying that? I mean, I don't know. I just learned about the details the other day. I've heard, yes, he did know, and then I've heard, no, he didn't. But, I mean, what else is he going to say for his defense? Anyways, I don't really know. I tend to lean towards that she was not very forthcoming about being transgender. And my heart breaks for her. And this is why. Taking the poor young lady's life, beating her to death, is not in any way a rational response to finding out. Somebody that you obviously are attracted to her. You know, she's been giving you a head. You obviously thought she was pretty, wanted to meet up with her and all that. So now just because you find out she's transgender and has a penis, she's not beautiful anymore? She still looks the same as she did then. I can understand a heterosexual male not wanting to be anywhere around a penis. I don't want to be anywhere around a vagina unless it's on my own body. But, so I get it. I mean, it's just fair. Everybody deserves to sleep with who they want to and know who they're getting into bed with. All I'm trying to say is she was 18. She had her whole life ahead of her. She was a human being. If I met some dude and then went to sleep with him and found out that it wasn't really a dude, she had a vagina, I would probably vomit. But you know what? That would be it. I would vomit. And I would ask her to leave, or I would leave. But I wouldn't pick up a fire extinguisher and beat her to death. I don't care if she laughed at me about it. This poor girl, I guess it's just because I can relate to what she was feeling. I'm sure she was feeling the way that I'm thinking that she was feeling. And it's an awful, awful feeling. You're assigned male at birth, but you're not a male. You're not. And you just want to fit in with all the other chicks. You just want to be accepted like they do. We don't see ourselves as anything other than just a regular, straight, heterosexual female. And she was scared, I'm sure. She probably, I don't know what she saw in Mr. Coward, but she obviously saw something in him, or whatever. Maybe it was just a hookup. Who knows? Who cares? It's irrelevant. He beat her to death because of something that she was scared to tell him about. So everybody that's in the camp of I'd do the same thing if I were him, all that kind of stuff. Good. I'm glad you feel that way. Do that to their parents and their family, their brothers, sisters. A lot of people cared about it from what I read.
Angie was my sister. She was a member of our family. We loved her very much, and we will miss her every day. Every day and every night, my mom has to deal with the great pain that she saw one of her babies being buried. Angie was brave. She had guts, had courage, and was beautiful, was fun, and loving. She was born a girl with a body that was wrong for her.
Angie's case was the first time that the murder of a transgender person was prosecuted successfully as a hate crime. And in honor of that, and in honor of a young life tragically cut short. Ow. Wax. I'm gonna blow out the candle. In honor of the legacy that Angie's death leaves behind, I'm gonna relight it and try not to burn myself again. This is for you, Angie. There was a documentary, an independent documentary, about the case. I highly recommend you check it out. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's really good. Yeah, I guess that's about it. What else can you really say other than this sucks? I feel so bad for Angie, her family, everybody involved except for Mr. Coward. And then tragically also, in 2016, Monica Zapata, which is, do believe her older, Angie's older sister, died in a car accident. So my heart goes out even more to this family. I can't tell you how sorry I am for the loss. This video is getting way too long, and I'm not going to have the storage memory for it, so I'm going to have to go ahead and wrap it up. But I'm going to let this burn as long as it's going to burn. I'm not going to blow it out. So it's for you, Angie. And until next time, when we learn about another victim